All right. So I am sitting outside, right outside the Unity Church that I play for. Yeah, I don't know. I decided that, I have been working with my therapist, and I think I've talked about the EMDR that I've been doing in the app that we're using virtually right now. But I think I just kind of want to address how this global crisis that we're in is affecting us mentally and emotionally. I know I'm not alone in this, because I've been having conversations with numerous friends and family, and who are really feeling the ups and the downs, and I just want to kind of be real about it. I think the more that we push it aside and try to pretend like we're not feeling these ways, and really try to justify or make excuses as to why we shouldn't feel upset or scared, or I think that just makes it worse. So yeah, like for me personally, I feel completely up and down. There are some days where I feel energized, and even if I feel energized during that day, I might feel energized for possibly an hour. And then shortly after, I'm depressed and even unable to do much. So it's just I feel all over the place, and I haven't felt this kind of emotionally up and down in a really long time, since high school maybe. So I know that others are feeling that as well, and I just want to say that you're not alone, first of all. Second of all, that's completely normal, and with what's going on in any sort of crisis situation, it's natural to kind of feel like you've lost all control and feel chaotic in a sense. And I think that's just part of the way that we process, the way that we're trying to understand what's going on, and really look at how much we've lost. It's because we're really facing a lot of loss. There are people who, for me personally, I've been really, really disappointed in having all my concerts being canceled, and big ones. With the first time I got to play, I would have gotten to play with an entire orchestra and choir, and that's been so disappointing because we've been working on that for over a year. I've also been working on a national debut album that we were going to launch, and hoping to really make that a success for the year, and getting sponsorship, and now we have to change our entire business model, and who knows even what the music industry looks like. So for me, I know I've been feeling a lot of loss and grief, and going through the emotions of anger, to then depression, to discouragement, but then feeling energized and positive one day, and maybe making something new and trying to be innovative. So yeah, I understand that this is just, we totally don't have control over what's going on. And it's hard to find that peace. It's hard to find any sort of sense of, I guess, peace. Just knowing what's to come. I think losing that is really, really hard. You can't really look to the future because we don't really know what the future is, especially now. Not that we ever really did, but more so now. We're more aware of our humanity and how raw and fragile we are, and that can be a very, very daunting thought. And so these are just kind of my thoughts right now. And I think the cool thing about it is, so this meditation practice I do called Shambhala, one of the things that really resonated with me in starting the practice was that we let go of hope and fear. Hope that there will be a better tomorrow, and really fear of the past and what's been there, and kind of looking back all the time. And when you let go of both of those things, you're forced to live in the now. And that's a scary thing, and it's a very real thing, an experience, and we're kind of forced into that right now with this whole crisis, with this pandemic. We're forced into a situation where we have no idea what the future will be or what it looks like, and it's scary. And we have to kind of find the space and courage and bravery to like face ourselves and to sit with that and look at what look within. And that's not an easy thing. I know I'm struggling big time because I've always been kind of chasing the rabbit. We're especially in America here, we're always like trying to chase that success, and so now that that's kind of just not there, we're really, really in a place where we have to sit and with what we have, and that's different, and there's a lot of sadness with that, there's a lot of rawness with that, a lot of vulnerability, but I think it's a healthy thing. It's not an easy thing at all. So I know I'm feeling the ups and downs big time. I've always kind of looked forward. I've always held on to dreams and with music, and not that can't happen, but it's just different because it's not what my entire focus is anymore. It's like my entire focus now has to just be the everyday, and that's kind of what, in some ways, that it really should be. So these are my thoughts, and I feel like I just want to start like a support group or something. So I'm going to open it up. I'm going to open the floor up. I started, and hopefully somebody else will pitch in, and we can kind of just go around and talk about how to cope and deal with, and maybe just being real about what it feels like right now, because I think that's really important to acknowledge, instead of making excuses or pretending like the feelings aren't there. So yeah, we'll get through this. Stay strong, and let's chat it out. All right.